2.5 years ago, I'm sitting and I'm sketching something. This weird idea I had for something. And I started playing around with it. I call this friend I have who is a lot like Joe Rogan, I guess, who I hate. But he's got this like, get it done, pull yourself up by your bootstraps kind of an attitude, you know? So I ran this idea by him because he's an asshole. And I knew he was going to tell me it sucked and he would tell me why. So I call him, we meet for lunch, I tell him about the idea I've got, and he goes, you know what? I'm sick of your ideas. He says, you don't ever build anything. You just have ideas. You need to build the fucking thing. That was his advice. You need to build the fucking thing. So I go home. So I go home that day, and I go into my garage, and I built this fucking thing. This is stupid, right? It's kind of goofy. It's kickflip cornhole. The idea was you would kick it, the beanbag would fly into this hammock that was between two palm trees. It was a goofy game. That's all it was. It took me an hour to build this in my garage. I did some shape, cut out, you know, and cut out this silly cornhole board that I bought at Walmart. God, I hate Walmart. Can we just stay away from Walmart and Amazon, please? All right, I hate companies. So in my life, I've worked for Apple, the world's largest technical company at the time, and ExxonMobil, the world's largest oil company when I worked in their chemical division. And I hate business so much. I hate companies. I hate them. I despise what businesses in our country do. Anyway.
I like what you said.
That was a lecture. You're the best. You want to stay? You can stay and work with me.
Okay.
We could go after Walmart and Amazon. Oh, shit. Is that recorded? I'm afraid of those guys. Seriously. Okay. Here's the deal. This guy tells me to build the fucking thing. He's sick of hearing about all these ideas I have because I had already come to him with this idea for a build your own cat tree kiosk where you can pick out your own fabrics and put your little plans together and you could replace the fabrics when they wore out so you didn't have to throw the whole thing away. I took him through that one. I took him through this collars by the foot idea that I had where you can pull collars down through this fucking contraption. Kind of looks like that thing. Anyway, I'm telling him about all these ideas. And he comes back and he says, you need to build the fucking thing. That's the only thing he said to me. So I go home and I build this fucking thing. The first time I kicked that beanbag off of this, I realized that no one had ever done it before. Nobody. This only existed in my mind before I built it. And I kept looking at it and it wasn't that big of a deal. But fuck, it was a huge deal. I kicked it, the beanbag flew, it worked, kind of. It's a bad prototype, but it worked. So, I'm looking at this, I kicked the beanbag, and my confidence is through the roof. My creative courage is here now, because I built that fucking thing, and it worked. And now something had gone from my mind, only existing in my mind, to something that was physical, tangible, that I could touch, and I could show it to someone. That was 2.5 years ago. I had my fill at Apple. I was tired of it there. The corporate life sucked. I had just enough money in my left in my accounts and my stock stuff to do something new. I didn't have the courage to do something new. I had zero courage until that thing happened. That thing happened, and it gave me this weird spark of creative courage, where I thought I could do something big. And I'd been thinking about this idea for a community shop class. They took shop class out of schools long ago. They're just wasting, unless you go to a vocational high school or charter school, the schools are just destroying those kind of ROP programs, those kind of construction and building programs. They don't matter because they just need to get kids to college. Not all of us are going to go to college. I never went to college. I told you it took me 5 years to get out of high school, for Christ's sake. There's no way I was going to Harvard. But man, I could feel what it was like to take something from my head and make it. One day, I'd been sketching ideas for this place, and my sketches are back on that wall. And I've been thinking about this idea that if the neighborhood had a shop class that people could just come and use, that would be cool. And if we could share tools with our neighborhood, it would be even better. And if we could grow food, it would be even better. If we could help people start micro businesses, it would be even better. If we could teach classes to people that couldn't afford to go to a woodworking school, it would be even better. So I go home and I tell my wife, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start this thing called Shop Class, and it's gonna be this, and it's gonna do all these different things, and it's gonna be amazing. And I found a building, this one, which was dilapidated, it was run down, it was a horrible mess. It had been neglected for so many years. It was a motorcycle club for about 20 of its years of its life. And since the motorcycle club left, it's probably been 50 different things. You know, people come in, they have it for like 3 months and then they leave because it was a garbage and it was an ugly building. I find this building and I think it's perfect for the shop class idea I have. I started really getting into this process. And as I look back now, the only reason that I had the courage to build this place and to sink my entire life savings into something that I thought could help the world is because of that. Anybody ever invented something or just thought of a great idea in their head? You draw? Anybody is like an inventor or makes stuff up or has ideas for stuff? You ever? No, that's absolutely the same. Yeah. You? Ah, it's beautiful artwork. It's all the same, right? I feel like it is. Creative courage. Solving problems is a way to build creative courage. Art is a way to build creative courage. All those things happen. But I know that there's someone that's sitting in this room who didn't raise their hand or say anything that's got this idea that's been floating around in their head, and they went, someone else has already done it. I'm not smart enough to have a great idea that no one else has ever thought of, right? Have you ever thought about something and gone, yeah, I had this idea that was sounding great in my head, but someone else had to have done it before me because there's billions of people on the planet, blah, 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 right? Just build it. Just build the fucking thing that's going on in your head. Write it down. Start sketching it. Scribble it. And then start sketching it. And then start drawing it. And then start building it. If more people decided to bring those ideas to life and they built the fucking thing, the world would be better. It would also boost creative courage. It would boost your confidence because creativity has this weird way of growing and snowballing as you get more creative. It just keeps going. It's wonky. I never considered myself an artist in my life. Ever did I consider myself an artist. I met Ember, who is a sculptor, an amazing artist, and everything. And one night we were standing together in the shop and she was looking around and she said, "You are an amazing artist." Because of this. I felt like an artist. I had an artist call me an amazing artist, who I thought was an amazing artist. That's fucking amazing. Build it. Whatever's going on in your head, try it. Just do it. Okay? What do you guys think? Yeah. You promise? Build something. Create something. Draw something. Jewelry. I love jewelry. I wish I could make jewelry. That would be fun. What are you into? Do you play? Ah. It's all the same. Creativity. It's just all the same. If we nurture it, if we nurture creativity and we treat it and cherish it, it grows. If we ignore it, it goes away. So, build your creative courage. That entire speech was just to tell you guys, whatever's going on in your head, just build the fucking thing. Thank you.